This is Winging It, the somewhat whimsical, certainly whirring, decidedly wonky, seldom waiting, endlessly well-intentioned, and wildly witty show about music where one knows what's coming and the other just doesn't. And this happens in between both proper. That's our long, full-length show to ensure that you can spend anywhere from 15 to about, 90, 120 minutes with us every week. And we try to bring you interesting, bizarre, maybe sometimes arguable facts and opinions. And today is no different. And so I don't think you can possibly guess, David, what we're going to talk about. If you did, I would think that you are very gifted and talented, and you should make money off that, doing that whole future fortune teller situation. Not future, but fortune. Let's say that.
Instead of the great career I have here at Birds of a Feather.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want that.
It's recording, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that bad?
No, it's just the levels aren't all that high.
Want me to turn it up?
Yeah. A little
All
bit.
right, turn it up.
As long as it's recording.
Can you hear?
Yeah, that's
Is
fine.
that better?
That's better. Much better.
All right. All right. Well, all right. So let's just go ahead and put you out of your misery because I know. Let me look at your face. You are dying to know what the fuck's happening.
And I would say the last one
Dino.
The last one was great. Dino. The dino is dying to know.
I couldn't help
die
it.
to know.
As a dino, I die to know. That's right.
The last subject was great. Real dino-friendly stuff. And let's hope this one is too.
Well, this time we're doing a little teeny bit of a nod to High Fidelity, one of our favorite movies of all time, because we were talking about some people, what they call their top 5.
Yeah.
So why not?
And if anyone has seen that movie, if they haven't, well, it's kind of hard for us to relate to you.
Yeah.
But
what's wrong with
you'll
you?
understand life a lot better when you do. All right, it's just a great movie.
It's great
fabulous
movie.
Entertainment.
That's right.
John Cusack, folks. Come on. I mean, what more do you need to know?
And Jack Black.
Jack Black. Give me a break.
What? I can't.
Yeah.
So we're actually going to talk about that. I'm going to just list some. We're not going to go through that many, but I just find some of these lists interesting. And I know our top 5 isn't on here, and it's hard for me to figure out a top 5 because sometimes it's a moving target, right? Mm-hmm. You may have 5 that you think, well, these are of all time. These are 5. And then next week you're, I forgot about this one. Oh, I forgot about this one, right? So it's variable unless you have a top 5 in your head and I'm not aware.
The top 5 of what?
Top 5 albums, top 5 groups, top 5 whatever.
Oh, okay. I thought you had said. I was like, when did she say that?
In this particular instance, it looks like we're saying top 5 bands.
Okay.
Or artists.
Artists, albums, bands. I guess it comes down to the same thing.
Artists. Let's focus on the artist for this one.
Top 5 artists. And of course, everybody, the mind of every right-thinking person should revolt at should absolutely rebel at such a suggestion because 5 is not nearly enough.
It's not.
However, if you had to, you could probably make that decision for real in a matter of a couple of minutes.
That's true.
Even though you'd kick yourself in the ass for the rest of your life afterwards on that desert island.
That's exactly right.
But top 5, yes. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, so here we go. So here are some top 5s. Misfits, 9 Inch Nails, Bad Religion, Megadeth, and Slayer. Well, I'm going to have to say I disagree, but very interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. None of them make the cut with me, but
No.
That's an interesting list.
I love 9 Inch Nails. I don't want to lie to you.
There's
love
a lot
them.
of good there. A lot of good there.
Love it. But the rest, I don't know. This one, I'm actually kind of really, really on board with them. You will not be. Tool, Tori Amos, Smashing Pumpkins, Dead Can Dance, and A Perfect Circle. Yes, 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 yes.
And
very nice.
You called it correctly on me.
Yes, very nice. I like a lot of those. So this particular person goes by December. Yes, I'm in. Then I see Queen, Thin Lizzy, Ramones, Black Sabbath, and Motorhead.
Now we're getting a lot closer.
You're like, well, there's my people.
The tar is getting stirred up tonight. Yeah.
So this one's interesting. Black Sabbath, Motorhead, Bathory, I don't know who that is, Megadeth, and Bolt Thrower.
Bolt Thrower, okay. We're talking the Swedish death metal or something like that. Just like, who is it, Bathory? And somebody else. Oh, yeah, these are deathy, hard rock bands and everything. It kind of, I honestly can't speak to that band, but I've seen the people wearing the shirts, and honestly, it's kind of offensive that somebody would name a band after that actual historical person.
Well,
but
it's memorable. That's the thing, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. But, yeah, none of those would be on mine, but it's an interesting list.
Now, this one is quite interesting. I'm sure it's on someone's list. It is not on mine. Carcass.
No.
Soilwork. Slayer. Morbid Angel, and Sepultura.
Oh, Sepultura, Morbid Angel, yeah, the best. Absolutely, it's just that's the kind of stuff that I have a really hard time listening to.
I like Slayer. I don't want to
Slayer,
lie.
yes,
I do
Slayer's
really
good.
like Slayer.
Slayer's good. For some reason, when you get to the Morbid Angel, you kind of lost me. I remember sitting. I was waiting for somebody outside a hospital. I was doing a driving job, and Death Metal Radio was on.
Mm-hmm.
And I listened to that stuff for an hour and a half, and I swear I didn't even know how to talk to anybody after that because it warps your mind so much. At least that's my how I received it at the time.
And you know what they're saying? Mission accomplished.
But I was young and impressionable, I suppose.
That's true. That's true.
I was like, who are you? I just want to eat corpses. And,
Who are you? I just want to eat corpses.
All right, you were in the hospital. Did anyone die so I could eat their corpse? I mean, that's what I was thinking.
So I think that's our new tagline. Who are you? I want to eat corpses. I don't know. I've never heard of such a thing in my life, but I like it.
And those of you who tuned in, you probably never have either.
And people are going to yell at us, and we walk down the street. Who are you? Who need corpses? True fans.
Yeah, exactly. And when you say, who are you, we'll know the lead-in and we'll join you.
That's right.
I want to eat
corpses. That's right. Holy
if that happens,
shit.
I will absolutely flip.
I might flip too. Absolutely. That would be amazing.
We better remember it and be ready. Or else,
I hope so. We should write that down because we're never going to remember that. I'm just telling you.
I'm writing it down right now.
We're in this fugue state right now. We're never going to remember.
Who are you?
I want to eat corpses.
Is it wanna or want to?
I think it's want to. I don't know. I don't think it's wanna.
No, you're right. Want to sounds deader. Sounds deader. It sounds more dead inside.
Yeah, I don't think wanna is going to fit there.
Yeah. Want to sounds much more dead inside.
It does.
Which the person who wants to, I believe it was eat corpses.
That's right. Eat corpses. That's correct.
Who are you? I want to eat corpses.
I love the question at the beginning. Because it's one of those questions you have to ask. Who are you? By the way,
the same people who dropped you off an hour and a half. The same people you drove here an hour and a half ago. That's who.
But
now I don't even know that. I just want to eat corpses too.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't? Good thing you're at a hospital. Just pull up around back.
I mean, I would have the judge and all the jury sit in the car and listen to that stuff for an hour and a half and see if they find me guilty.
That's right, exactly. No, they would want to eat corpses.
They would want to eat corpses too.
Okay, so I'm beating a dead corpse right now.
Thank heavens. It's all about the runtime.
Ay. All right, so what about this list? Black Sabbath, Pentagram, The Doors, AC/DC with Bon, and Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Well, three of them, certainly Black Sabbath and The Doors. That's probably it.
Well, yeah.
Just those two. Doors and Black Sabbath are indispensable. In fact, that's top 5 Pantheon shit with me,
This next one, I think that you're going to, you're going to let out a nice hallelujah.
Yeah, baby, about time.
Beatles.
Okay.
Stones.
Uh-huh.
Zeppelin.
Hell yeah.
Floyd.
Yep.
Bowie.
All right.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I mean,
that's when you go, okay, you're my people.
All right, yeah, okay. There's nothing really there to beef about.
Yeah,
Bowie,
I'm not going to send him to eat corpses. I'm
not.
No, they can stay.
No, that's my friend. Yeah.
I like this one that says, I can't narrow it down to 5. Maybe I could narrow it down to 50, but never just 5, which is exactly what you were saying. That's their response.
I could do 20, maybe. I'm thinking okay, where would that band go? You can't leave them out.
Exactly.
I mean, BOC, I ain't leaving them out. I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
All right, so here's some. I think these are going to be mostly in your wheelhouse, and some of them in mine. The original Alice Cooper band.
Great band.
The Damned. I'm not sure about The Damned.
Yeah.
Kiss, 1973 to 2001. They're very specific.
That's
Kiss for that time only.
Okay. They only put out 2 albums after that.
Those sucked apparently.
Yeah.
Or however some of us think they all sucked. Black Sabbath. Pantera.
Yeah, Pantera is surprisingly good, actually.
They really are.
I ended up getting their best of and listened to that. And yes, I buy records. And listen to that. And there's a lot of stuff in there I really love. I mean, Cowboys from Hell is the perfect hard rock song. Unbeatable. It's hard to find any fault with that song at all. It's just a masterpiece. And, Walk. I mean, they have some incredible songs. But they couldn't possibly. It would be Sabbath first and not them. But no, they wouldn't be top 10 even.
Yeah, I agree
Yeah.
with you. But again, some notables in there.
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, mostly to me, Alice Cooper and Black Sabbath. The rest,
Yeah,
I'm like,
the Alice Cooper band. I mean, their stuff was so progressive, so theatrical, so cutting edge that I don't know. They were doing something completely new at the time.
Speaking of progressive, the next one is Rush, Mr. Bungle, Tortoise, King Crimson, Pink Floyd. There's some good ones.
Yeah, those are some good ones. I don't know some of them all of them, but I can't speak to Crimson because I only know those 2 albums really well.
Yeah, well,
the ones with Greg Lake.
that should be enough.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it is.
Yeah,
but
Crimson is the bomb.
Yeah, cat food, baby.
Well, and they said if we could have 6, Porcupine Tree, and hell yeah, Porcupine Tree all day long.
Yeah, I've recently been made aware because of the participants in this show.
Yes.
Of that band with the unfortunate
Just
name.
So good.
That is so damn good.
So damn good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's a good list, I would say.
Yeah, it's a pretty good list, I'd say. Others.
Very highfalutin, very
Yeah.
proggy.
Well, why is proggy highfalutin? What the fuck? Just because they're brilliant musicians?
But you do need a little gutter in there.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh,
You need to sniff some glue now and then.
I don't mind. I don't mind having music sans gutter. I'm good. Or sans gutter, if you will.
Got to do the Cretin Hop once in a while.
Well, I guess. All right. Fair enough. What about Nirvana, Tool, The Doors, The Flaming Lips, and Limp Bizkit? That's quite a spread.
Yeah. I'm sorry. The Doors and Limp Bizkit. Now that's an eclectic individual who thought of that.
That's right. They're like, look, here I am.
A little too eclectic for me.
That's
Sorry
a lot.
about Limp Bizkit. That's a lot to take. Doors, of course. Any list should include the Doors. The other ones, well, very little of that list do I sign off on.
Yeah, you're not sign off on. There, you don't say. You
I don't mean to. Not that I have to validate you or anything.
You don't certify those. Those are invalid.
Yeah, I don't mean to invalidate you. But.
What about Beatles, Beach Boys, Doors, Journey, Styx?
That's a hell of a good group. That's a really good
That's
group.
some good shit.
Yeah, I mean
that is some.
Everything from the Doors to Styx. That's some really good. That's a good list. I mean, it wouldn't be mine if it were just 5, but there's not a single one on there that makes you really scratch your head. I mean, that's those are great acts. Except for wait a minute, there was one there.
Journey?
No.
Styx?
No.
Beach Boys? Doors? Beatles?
Okay, never mind. It must have been Beach Boys, I was thinking, but yeah, that makes sense too.
I mean, Beach Boys, for what they do, they're good. They're not one of my favorites, but...
Yeah, if you listen to enough Beach Boys, there was more to the stuff they did and everything, but still, I mean, a lot better than you would think listening to the radio hits, but also not anywhere near the Beatles or anything like that, despite the comparisons being made.
Yeah. Seriously. So this one is interesting. Amorphous, Opeth, Irion, I'm assuming, or Iron, I don't know. The Doors and Pink Floyd.
So
Opeth is amazing.
Really? I don't know them.
And
Doors and Pink Floyd? Hey, I mean, this is very, very...
it's a widespread there again.
It is. Well, it's incredibly widespread, as it would have to be. I mean, it would be mine too,
Yeah.
But those two, the other ones, I'm afraid I can't speak to. Maybe they're as good.
You know what I'm noticing here, though, and what I noticed from our last list is a significant lack of Motown, and I'm gonna have to pick it. I just don't understand. It's concerning.
You're gonna have to Wilson pick it.
I'm gonna have to Wilson. I'm gonna have to Otis it. I'm gonna have to. All right. What about Megadeth, Van Halen, Pantera, Ozzy, and Anthrax?
Well, definitely not, of course, but I mean, seriously, that's all too much
not,
of this.
Of course.
I did say that, didn't I? I'm so sorry. Just thinking aloud here.
Well, definitely not, of course. I mean,
needless to say,
Christina,
kind of goes without saying.
Did you say that aloud in front of me? How dare you?
Yeah. Are we being facetious here? Are we trying to be amusing?
That was kind of fucking amazing. So, yeah, I mean, that's an interesting list. No for you, clearly.
Of course. None of them are bad.
Who's highfalutin and snooty now with your, of course.
I turn up my nose at these metal.
Clearly.
No, not
Fucking
really.
A.
No way.
So, I mean, Van Halen, I'm all over the Van Halen.
You know
I'm a
what?
huge
Yeah,
Halen
yeah.
fan. You know me.
Surprise
Ozzy,
me.
I'm out. I got no love for the Ozzy.
Some of it, but,
Of course, not all of it.
no.
So,
Black Sabbath's a different story.
well, sure, of course. So, this one is really funny. So, I'm going to tell you the 4 first, and then I'm going to tell you the last one. So, the Beatles, Eagles, Zeppelin, Steely Dan,
Oh.
and Nickelback.
What did he get?
Did you put that in there to fuck with us?
Did he get hacked or something? I mean, Steely Dan and Nickelback. That's a great list. Forget the Nickelback. That's obviously a joke.
What's up with that?
Of course. Yeah. That's a joke, of course. Maybe not. I don't know of which I speak. But Steely Dan, I mean, way, way, way up there. Just an absolutely one-of-a-kind group of all, there never has been and there never will be an act like that. Whose music is just fabulous. It's a good list, except for, I'm sorry, Nickelback.
Nickelback. I was like, okay. Oh, what?
What?
What the hell? So it's a no for me, of course, on
Yeah.
that last one.
Of course, yeah.
So I think there are a few, and I'm going to stop there because I could just go on all night or all morning, whatever it is. But I think those are some interesting lists, and it got me thinking that maybe we should come up with, a top 50 because I can't come up with a top 5. I can tell you what I really like at this moment, but if I think about it long enough, then I'm going to come up with more, and there's just too many.
Oh, there are. There's at least 10, and honestly, they'd be like, well, what about them?
Exactly.
What about him? What about her? Oh, no.
And when somebody said it, you'd be like, oh, my God, how could I have, And
no
it's
more heart, no more whatever.
And you know what I've noticed again? I think there's just one person who named Queen.
Yeah, what's up with the Queen? Especially these days. All you ever hear is Queen this, Queen that. How could they have not ended up on these lists? Because, of course, I don't know. For 45 years or whatever, everybody has known that at least that one album that is considered a masterpiece, and it is. I mean, no Queen,
Yeah, and you know what that says to me is God fuck the Queen, not God save the Queen. And we need to save Queen. Queen's amazing. We need to keep talking about them. We need to keep telling kids about them. All these kids who don't think, they can't think past their Bad Bunny.
It's a required course of study at PSoup University.
Oh, excellent. Do you do scholarships?
No, it's cash. Yeah, I'm afraid it's cash. Yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, maybe you'll regale us another time with the details of your university so that we can enroll. Are you going to have fall classes or summer class or?
We'll see how things fill up.
All right. Fair enough. Yeah. Okay, great. Room and board included? Just checking.
Hell no.
Okay, fair enough. Well, so live with your parents and attend PSoup University. And apparently he'll teach you all things music, of course.
As if he knows anything.
Well, even dinos need to be listened to. I think,
Yeah, they won't be around long. Yeah, definitely listen to him for now.
Well, I mean, I wish I were alive to see some of these bands in concert like you did. But for now, all I have is to list them in my top 50 because I cannot possibly come up with the top 5. So I do take my hat off to all these people who could.
Yeah, to take a stand on something like that, even if you pick Nickelback, I have to commend you for,
Thanks for picking Nickelback.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I just want to remind the world that nobody likes Nickelback. Not even Nickelback
Somebody's
likes Nickelback. Nickelback is like, we suck. There was Nickelback had a moment, and then they're like, you know what? We listened, and we're like, why? We want our Nickelback.
That's what I'm saying. What I would ask for if I spent 5 cents on the album.
That's right. Nickelback. I'd like my Nickelback. That's right. So I think that we've talked a lot about the top 5. We don't have the top 5 of our own. I don't think I could do it. But let us know if you have a top 5 that you'd like to share. And that would be amazing.
What if you did, though? What if you did right now? I mean, I could come up with 5 maybe, even if I regretted it later. It would have to be Beatles, Zeppelin, Queen, Sabbath, Uh-oh, that only leaves one. Queen, Sabbath, Zeppelin, Beatles, and who's the fifth? Holy shit. You're right, this is hard.
It's really hard.
It's really hard.
It's really hard. I mean, and I don't have. I mean, I'd have to be all over the board. It's hard for me, and I would have to probably have Yes in there. I would definitely probably have to have Yes. I would have to have U2 in there for me.
It'd be hard for me to leave the Doors out, so maybe that would be the fifth. You know, it's a tough one. It's terrible.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like this is Sophie's choice, and I don't have to make that choice, so I don't want to. Why are you making me do this, man? You're hurting my heart.
Who's the sadist who thought of this?
Exactly. Well, I'm going to stop the insanity right now because I'm going to say things I'm going to regret. I may have already regretted the two. I haven't named my top 5. That was the top 2 of my top 50. And we're not going to get to it on this show because it's a short show. So I think we're done. And that leaves for you to just take us out by saying...
I think I've got it down as, let's fly this coop.
This has been Winging It, a presentation of Birds of a Feather on What the Flock Radio.